I am. I've been different since the start. So I'm about to teach myself how to play guitar, and I'm gonna YouTube it, and I'm gonna record it and show you guys. You say you don't love me, say you say you can give it to me, just how I need, and you think I'm rose. Hey everyone, so I really just wanted to talk about my experience throughout quarantine and the different things that I was able to accomplish while I took a break and focused on myself, my brand, my crafts, my talents, and my business. And before quarantine, I was very focused. Actually, the entire 2020, I have been very driven and very tunnel vision focused, and I have not dated. I have been celibate. I've just been focused on myself, and taking the time to sit down for once during quarantine is what I needed. I was consistently traveling with my friends or traveling from place to place, going to different events and things like that, and not really taking a minute to just sit down and relax and focus. And I feel like God created a break for the world to get closer to their families, to get closer to their purpose, to understand what their passion was, and to find it and actually practice it. And I was one of those people. I always took time for granted, and I would stay up until 5, 6 in the morning and be so tired, and I wouldn't even be able to function the next day as well, because I would go into a regimen from being tired to getting right back to working the first thing in the morning, working clients and things like that, trying to develop and create my company. And until I got a break during quarantine and really realizing how much stress I was putting on myself. I traveled from Atlanta to Delaware, 700 miles on my mom's 60th birthday in March, with my dog, my fish, my clothes, some of my clothes, and my car. And when I went, I did not know when I was going to come back. While I was home, I taught myself how to record my own music. I made 5 songs. I taught myself how to edit YouTube videos, how to create thumbnails, the art of YouTube. And I edited about 30 videos. I got a new editor. I now have a few people on my team. I hired 6 new people for my company. I added 15 more services to my company's platform. I got 4 new partnerships for my company. We got about 200 clients over the course of 3 months. We got inquiries almost every hour. It was amazing. And I realized how much I was able to get done just by sitting still and sacrificing and not allowing people to distract my focus. I really do feel like a horrible friend because I have not taken breaks, and I haven't been there for a lot of my friends in things that I probably would have been there for. I've missed a few birthdays, and it hurts me because I'm always there for my friends, and I never really miss a beat. But it's been a really selfish time that I've been experiencing over these last couple of months, and I hope that they understand, because I have a really big goal and a very large purpose, and how I've been focusing and what I've been doing is all for my future. And it's been a long road. It has been a very stressful one. I've been sitting on so much content, and now I finally have everything in order to show the world what I've been doing. I've been filming for the past 2 years of my life, from me becoming an entrepreneur, and then also for me chasing my dreams as a music artist. So I'll be dropping the show soon so you guys can keep up. And I've put a lot of hard work into it. And I hope anybody that is chasing their dreams uses me as an example that it is possible. You just have to focus, sacrifice, and manifest everything that you want, and do right by people, because good will come back to you and things will work out. So this isn't the beginning of my show, but this is just me telling you guys my experience during this pandemic and why I needed quarantine to wake me up. Okay. Hey y'all. So obviously I'm still at my parents' house, quarantined, and oh child, you can tell by my lashes. But yeah. It's been a long month. Tell about my nails. My face looks really crazy, but fuck it. Y'all gonna get me in every form. Things have been actually going great with business, and they're pretty solid right now. So I feel like I am gonna take this quarantine season to perfect my talent and my passion. So what a lot of people don't know about me is that I came from a culture that is very strict. I came from a very strict household. I got exposed to city life and music and other people by default. There was a thing to where they were trying to mix inner city children and the suburb children, and were putting them in the same schooling system. And growing up, my parents put my brother into like military schools and like private schools and stuff, and I went to schools in the city, which, I mean, you know, kind of worked for me. It kind of worked in my favor. I feel like it taught me a lot of street smarts. I feel like it taught me just a lot about people in the world. And because I was in, you know, a city school, I got exposed to a very diverse crowd. So with that crowd came a lot of different, you know, types of activities. Like, there were a bunch of people hustling and doing things that they probably shouldn't, being so young. But I got, you know, exposed to a lot of things just being really, really young, and I was always really, really careful. And one thing that I always did, I listened to the type of music that was around me. Being on the school bus and stuff like that, I mean, I couldn't be the one person not knowing the words of the song. I needed to sit in the back of the bus. So, you know, I listened to the radio. And then there was this radio station that I kept winning CDs for. All those CDs are literally right there. Well, those are the ones that I feel like I'm inspired by. So I love 90s music. I love hip hop. I love R&B. And the radio station I always used to listen for when I was young, I wanted to work for one day. And I actually got to work for them in college. And it was great. I was on the radio. It was like I was living the dream. People were hearing me like driving around and like, Sage, I hear you on the radio, blah, blah, blah. And then the radio station closed and I moved to Atlanta. And a lot of you guys know my story in Atlanta, but I needed to get money. So like, instead of chasing my dream with media and radio and broadcast and music, I got into business so I could make money. And I started as an intern, and I now have my own company. And that was 5 years ago. So it took me 5 years to get where I am now. I almost lost it all 2 years ago, but I'm getting it all back slowly but surely now. Because I'm not letting anybody have a say-so on what I do, and I report to nobody but myself. And it's a great feeling, you know, still being in my 20s and being able to do that. But I never followed my dream. So I always kept singing, just singing on social media. Actually got most of my following from the like Diddy Missing You challenge, and that was in 2015. And I went from like 3,000 followers to like 10,000 in like a night. And I never sang on social media ever again. Bits and pieces, like, you know, on Snapchat and my story and stuff. But now, ever since I went to the BET Awards for the first time last year, and I saw Lizzo perform, and I was sitting next to one of the producers at BET, and I was like, I can do this shit. Like, her confidence just made me really want to do this shit. And I didn't even know anything about her as an artist, because I felt like I was always told, just in my culture and all that, you know, to be one way and to do one thing. And I never listened to that. So why the fuck would I listen to that now? I don't want no sinking ship, but I need. Today was my first day back at my house after being quarantined at my parents' house for 3 months. It definitely was an experience. I had not been home that long in 10 years. And normally I'm there for like 2-3 days at max. After seeing what I came from and seeing what my parents had to deal with and really understanding their day-to-day and understanding how life can be taken so quickly, I will never in my life ever take something for granted. Thanks to quarantine, it just woke me up. Thanks to everything going on in the world right now, it just changed my perspective. I feel like I've turned wiser and smarter. Quarantine created a monster out of me. I created so many different things, and I'm so excited to put them out. And I did them all because I had nothing else to do but work. Now being home, I see how much of my freedom I did miss, how much of my privacy really matters, and how much I'm really okay with being in my own circle and in my own space. I've always been like this. I really was just okay and comfortable being alone. And quarantine just really solidified that for me. And I'm like, you know, while the world is opening up, I understand that, I appreciate that, that's great. But a person like me, after being reminded what I took for granted and being able to live as minimally as I did, I will never take life as a joke ever again. It's crazy, just from like where I come from and just everything that I grew up on is nothing like how I am now. It's nothing like how I live now. I wanted this for my life so bad. Like, I saw myself living like this one day. Grow up. And how I need to make a difference, create a legacy. And I cannot stop, and I cannot slow down. Like, the time is now. If there's anything that I procrastinated on, now is the time to do it, because I don't know how much time I have. No one does. God, just wait for the show. When this show drops, y'all are gonna be like, oh my gosh. It's a lot.